Woohoo! Let's Talk About the Music is starting.
What is Let's Talk About the Music, and why are you so excited about it?
It's a podcast with controversial talk and a global mix of music.
Oh, cool. How and where can I listen?
Just go to letstalkaboutthemusic.com and click follow to be sure to get all the info about the bands that are playing and see their music videos. Then click on Spreaker or iTunes to listen live and even chat with other listeners and the host herself.
What day and time is Let's Talk About the Music on?
Every Wednesday night from 8 p.m. to midnight Pacific Standard Time.
I think I'll tune in. Thanks for the info.
Feel as strong as the ocean. I see myself in the sky. So if the sky and the night, it's how I feel, I'll be fine. I know that I'll be alright. Just calling me blue, 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 and I will be cool, cool, cool. I don't have to be black or white. I don't have to feel hot or cold. Sometimes I beat between dark and bright. So calling me blue, 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 and I'll be cool. Just calling me blue. Sometimes I don't feel like dancing. I just wanna be left alone. So if I don't feel like talking about it, it don't mean something is wrong. So if you calling me blue, 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 that's just fine. I'll be cool, cool, cool. I don't have to be black
it's sweet.
Okay, we're on the air. Let's talk about the music. I am your host, Shells, here in Tacoma. Google it.
Take a drink. Take a drink.
And then we have Spider out there, way out there in Ohio.
Ohio.
Should Google that too.
Well, you know, they could, but you wouldn't learn a whole lot. I mean...
Okay, so here's the whole point of this story, of this show. Since if anyone is brand new, and before we introduce our guests, and Cider has also introduced. Whoa, what's that? Someone was echoing, so turn down the mic to the headphones a little bit. This show is about a humorous, controversial talk show because Spider thinks he's funny, so we gotta add the humor to it.
Well, you know, some days I have my moments.
Yes, you do. And so we talk to independent musicians mainly. That's all we do. And we talk about the music career on their side, what they do on the side, music industry, and if they're having any beef with the music industry or it's been great for them, we talk about that. And then we have fun along the way.
Yes.
And
we
then,
have fun.
And Spider needs to inform people or remind people what the drinking game is.
The drinking game, yes. It's the new play-at-home drinking game. It hasn't been picked up by, Hasbro or anything yet, but we're hoping. Every time that Shells says Google it, you take a drink of whatever you have. I mean, you don't have to be drinking, hard liquor, although sometimes we recommend it, but drink responsibly, of course. But coffee, tea, water, whatever you got, take a drink.
Yes.
Every time you hear the words, Google it.
And then, as says Arnold from last week, he was saying Google it a lot. We were drinking a great deal, so you could even when the guest says Google it, take a swig.
See, I was going really low on my coffee, and I think I ran out way ahead of time.
Okay, so, and by the way, that was Lena Kipper from Sweden. She is our, what?
From Sweden.
From Sweden. And she was our music video pick of the week. How awesome is that?
Yes. We needed a little bit of a pick-me-up and a little bit of dancing, and that's why.
Yes. All right. So before we introduce to you our guests, so I made a secret, unless you're on Facebook, then you guys figure it out.
Secret.
Who is our guest host? But I got to play two things for you as soon as I find his file on my Facebook, because me prepared. What? Me? Really? Spider's never really prepared either.
We're very, very carefully scripted, of course, so when we sound like we're unprepared, that's a ruse. We are so prepared that we have every one of these words written down. Everything I just said.
Right.
True story. Absolutely
right.
True story.
Right. And if you actually think we're prepared, you actually might faint and stop listening, and it won't be humorous, right? Okay, so here is the sound effect, or at least one of them I've been playing. Get you guys in, like, who is this person? Check it out. The movie is called King Kong. It was back in 2006, I do believe, that Peter Jackson actually did this. Of course, he likes to do 3 hours of movies, and so our guest did the sound effects for King Kong. And I never realized that people actually, I thought this was actually done by, the gorilla itself, but how much I know about this stuff. And wait, there's more. This guest emailed me a while back, right before we started to become a LTATM radio. He emailed me out of the blue. Hey, Shell, can I do a station ID for you? A radio station? Like, wow, that's kind of spooky. Because we started becoming radio all of a sudden, and yes, you can. So here is our guest radio ID for our brand new radio when we're doing the autoplay.
Hi, this is Johnny Reed from The Johnny Reed Show, and you're listening to LTATM Radio, home of the features-only independent musicians from across the globe. LTATM Radio autoplay system is between the live podcast shows. Just go to letstalkaboutthemusic.com for complete show details.
And yes, the man behind the sound effects of King Kong is Johnny Reed!
Is that my cue?
That's your cue?
That is the key.
Hi, guys. Hey, Shell. Hi, Spider. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. You had a very long intro, so I want to make sure everything get in there and you get the credit that you have done for LTATM Radio before, right when we became a radio station for autoplay. We have to give you that segue because you did all this stuff, and it's like fantastic that you did. You know?
Okay. Well, great. I was happy to do that. I always want to, help out all the stations that I'm working with, and you're helping to get my music out there, and I'd like to help you guys out, and so I'm glad you're using it.
Yeah,
it was fun.
On the autoplay, I played I played all the three in a rotation.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's what I've been doing ever since I started, and I do use, hey, we're going to do a live show, and people, before I shut off the autoplay, and then I go on to the live show, which is on Mondays, and then I start again on Thursdays. So we're usually off the air Tuesday, Wednesday, and we're back on Thursday afternoon.
I see. Okay, and by the way, I couldn't actually hear that on this phone call. I guess I can't do that, right?
I can't hear what?
I couldn't hear whatever you're playing.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of disconnect between the Skype and the and the website itself. So I have the same kind of thing. Shells is
okay. Well, good. As long as you enjoyed it, that's the most important thing.
I always hear these big bits of empty space, and I'm like, I'm sure there's a sound effect and a song in there, so I'm just gonna be quiet.
What I played was two of your King Kong sound effects. One was a screaming girl and King Kong growling. Mm-hmm. And one of your station IDs.
Oh, okay, great. Great, you got me covered there.
I do. So we're going to go straight into tell us your experience working with King Kong. How did you get all involved with that?
Okay. Well, first of all, you know that I'm doing the albums now, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I do entertainment. That's where my boundaries are. I don't do real estate or any other thing. Any just entertainment things. So I work with film, video, audio, toys, games, tons of things like that. That's all I do. This I worked with the World Wrestling Federation through another license holder for them to create what they would like to have as a toy line that would have all the sounds of the actual wrestlers, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, all those guys. They go, how would we make that a workable property? What would we do? So I wrote a script for them, did that whole thing. Now, out of that put me into, now I'm in the toy world, and I started doing tons of work for all kinds of different companies. Mattel Toys, Ohio Art, Playmates Toys, just all the major companies. So then I got a reputation as being a creative guy. So then the company that was a master license holder for the King Kong property, I didn't even know about that. I went to visit them, and they said, hey, we've got something coming up. They're doing a new King Kong movie, and they need to have some sounds for it. So that's how it began. And then I started just blue skying lots of different sounds, working in the studio, putting things together, ran it through them to Universal Pictures, and then eventually they took it to New York, to the toy show in New York, and showed it to all the potential buyers of, the world. And they all said, this